My girlfriend said, "You're too clingy. I need a man who has his own life." So I built one and made sure she wasn't in it. Now she's the one chasing the man who stopped chasing her. But she has no idea what made me finally let go. I'm Marcus, 29, and until 6 months ago, I thought I was in love with the woman I'd marry. Her name was Jenna, 27, and we'd been together for 3 years. I worked in software development. She was a marketing manager at a startup downtown. We lived in separate apartments, but spent most nights together at hers. I thought we were solid. I thought wrong. It started in February. We were supposed to go to her company's anniversary party together, but that morning she texted me, "Hey babe, actually, can you skip tonight? Some of my coworkers think I'm too attached and it's affecting my image at work. I need to show up solo, you know." I remember staring at that text for a full minute. "Sure," I typed back, "no problem." But it became a pattern. Suddenly I was too available, too quick to answer her calls, too eager to change my plans for her. The criticism came in small doses at first, little comments wrapped in concern. "You need hobbies besides me. Don't you have guy friends to hang out with? I feel like I'm your whole world, and that's a lot of pressure, Marcus." The breaking point was a Tuesday night in late March. We were at her place, and I'd brought takeout from her favorite Thai place. I'd had a rough day, my project lead quit unexpectedly, and I was stressed about the workload dump coming my way. I started telling her about it, and she just sighed. "Marcus, can we not do this right now?" "Do what?" "This thing where you unload on me the second you walk in." I had a long day too, you know. I set down my fork. "I was just telling you about my day." "You literally asked me how work was." "Yeah, but you always turn it into this heavy thing. I need someone who can handle their own stress. Someone independent. You're too clingy." There it was. The word that had been circling our relationship for weeks finally landed. "Clingy," I repeated. "I need a man who has his own life," she said, not even looking at me. She was scrolling through Instagram. "Someone who doesn't need constant validation from me. I can't be your emotional support system 24/7. I stood up. "You're right." That got her attention. "What?" "You're absolutely right. I'll work on that." I left her apartment that night and something inside me just clicked off. Not anger exactly, more like clarity. I didn't text her the next morning like I usually did. Didn't send her a meme at lunch. When she texted me Thursday asking if I was okay, I replied 6 hours later. "Yeah, just busy. Talk later." I wasn't playing games. I genuinely started building the life she said I didn't have. I called my college roommate Derek, who I'd barely seen in 2 years, because Jenna always had plans for us on weekends. We started playing basketball every Saturday morning. I joined a boxing gym near my apartment, something I'd wanted to do for years but never made time for. I said yes when my coworkers invited me to their Thursday trivia night, and I stopped making Jenna my priority. When she called Friday night asking what I was doing, I told her the truth. Hanging with Derek and some guys from the gym. We're watching the fight. "Oh, will you come over after?" "Probably not. It'll be late." Silence. Then, "Okay. Have fun." Update 1. 2 weeks into my new routine, Jenna started acting strange. She texted me more frequently, asked what I was up to, sent me pictures of things that reminded her of me. I responded, but casually. No more paragraphs, no more immediate replies. She invited me to her place on a Wednesday night. When I got there, she'd cooked dinner, something she rarely did. She was wearing the dress I'd once told her looked incredible on her. "I feel like I haven't seen you much lately," she said as we ate. "Yeah, I've been busy." "You were right. I needed to build my own life." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "I didn't mean you should disappear. I haven't disappeared. I'm right here. You know what I mean. You're different." I shrugged. "You asked for different." The conversation moved on, but the tension stayed. Later that night, when things started getting physical, she was more aggressive, more needy than usual. Afterwards, she held on to me tighter than she had in months. "Stay tonight," she whispered. "I can't. Early gym session tomorrow." "Marcus, I'll text you tomorrow," I said, kissing her forehead and getting dressed. I saw the hurt flash across her face, but I left anyway. The real shift came 3 days later. I'd posted a picture on Instagram from the boxing gym, just me and a few guys after training, all of us looking exhausted and happy. Jenna called me 20 minutes later. "Who's that girl in Jake's story?" she asked, skipping pleasantries. "What girl?" "He tagged you at the gym. There's a girl in the background." I genuinely had to think about it. "Oh, probably Nina. She trains there too." "Nina." "Yeah, she's cool. Sometimes we spar together." The silence was loaded. "You're sparring with another woman." "It's boxing, Jenna. It's not personal." "Does she know you have a girlfriend?" "It's never come up. We don't really talk about personal stuff." Another silence. Then, "I want to see you tonight." "I already have plans with Derek." "Cancel them." "No." I'd never said no to her that flatly before. It hung in the air between us through the phone. "Are you serious right now?" Her voice was climbing. "You told me to have my own life." "I'm having it." "That doesn't mean shutting me out." "I'm not shutting you out. I'm just not dropping everything for you anymore. There's a difference." She hung up on me. Update 2. Jenna showed up at my apartment that Saturday morning. I was about to leave for basketball when I heard the knock. She looked like she'd been crying. "We need to talk." I let her in, but I didn't sit down. "I have to leave in 10 minutes. This is more important than basketball, Marcus. Maybe to you." Her face crumpled. "What is happening to us?" "You wanted space, independence. I gave you that. By pulling away from me completely? By suddenly having this whole life I'm not part of? I included you in everything before, and you called me clingy." "I didn't mean—" She stopped herself, tears streaming now. "I didn't mean for you to stop caring. I still care. I just care about other things now, too." She moved toward me, putting her hands on my chest. "I miss you. I miss us. Can we please just go back to how things were?" And here's the thing. I could see it clearly now. She didn't miss me. She missed having someone completely devoted to her. She missed the control. The moment I stopped being available, I became valuable again. "No," I said quietly. "We can't." "Why not?" This was it. The moment I'd been building toward without even realizing it. "Because 2 weeks ago, I checked your Instagram DMs on your laptop. You left it open at my place. The color drained from her face. I saw the messages with Connor from your office. The one you went to that company party with. The one who thinks you're too good for your clingy boyfriend." She backed away from me. "Marcus, I read everything. The flirting that started in January. The lunch dates you called team meetings. The night you stayed late at the office and sent me that selfie saying you were exhausted from working, except Connor commented best night ever, and you replied with a winky face. We never actually... You were building up to it. You were creating distance between us so you'd feel less guilty when you finally crossed that line. All that stuff about me being clingy, that was you projecting. You wanted me to need you less so you'd feel better about needing him more." She was fully crying now, mascara running down her face. "It wasn't like that." I was confused. "You were smothering me and he was just giving you attention without commitment." "Yeah, I get it." "So what? You've been playing some sick game for the last month? Making me jealous? That's psychotic." I picked up my gym bag. "No, Jenna." I wasn't playing a game. I genuinely moved on. The life I built? It's real. And it's better than what we had. You just didn't notice me letting go because you were too busy texting Connor. "So that's it? 3 years and you're just done?" I opened my apartment door. You were done months ago. You just wanted me to stick around until you figured out if Connor was worth the risk. Well, now you're free to find out. She stood there, frozen. I chose you. I never actually did anything with him. You chose me when you thought you'd lost me. That's not the same thing. I gestured to the hallway. I really do have to go. She left, sobbing. Update 3. The next 2 months were messy. Jenna texted me constantly at first. Apologies, explanations, promises to change. I responded once. I need space to figure out what I want. Please respect that. She didn't. She showed up at the gym, called Derek asking about me, posted cryptic Instagram stories clearly directed at me. My friends told me she was telling people I'd abandoned her for no reason, and that I'd changed overnight. Meanwhile, Connor apparently backed off completely once he found out we'd broken up. Turns out he was only interested in the chase, not the reality. Jenna tried to use that to get me back, showed me screenshots of her rejecting him, blocking him, as if that proved something. I want you, Marcus. Only you. I see that now. But I was already different. The man she wanted back didn't exist anymore. I wasn't the guy who'd drop everything for her. I wasn't the guy who measured his worth by her attention. I genuinely built something without her, and I liked who I was becoming. In June, I started actually dating Nina from the gym. It happened naturally. No games, no power dynamics. She knew her own mind, had her own full life, and made space for me in it without demanding I fill every empty corner. When Jenna found out through mutual friends, she sent me one final text. I hope you're happy with your rebound. You'll realize what you lost eventually. I didn't respond. Update 4. It's late July now, and I thought the Jenna chapter was closed. Then my coworker Ashley pulled me aside after a meeting. Hey, weird question. Do you know someone named Jenna? My stomach dropped. Why? She connected with me on LinkedIn last week, started asking questions about you. What projects you're working on, if you seem happy, whether you mention anyone you're dating. I thought it was strange, so I didn't tell her anything, but I figured you should know. I checked my own LinkedIn. Jenna had viewed my profile 17 times in the last month. 17. She'd also connected with 3 other people from my company, including my manager. That night she called me from a number I didn't recognize. I answered thinking it was work-related. Marcus? Please don't hang up. I should have ended the call right there. What do you want, Jenna? I know you're with someone. I know you've moved on. But I need you to understand something. Her voice was shaking. I went to therapy. Real therapy 3 times a week. My therapist helped me see that I have this pattern of self-sabotaging relationships. I push people away when they get too close because I'm afraid of being vulnerable. What I did to you, the Connor thing, calling you clingy, it was all my own fear. Good. I'm glad you're getting help. That's it? That's all you have to say? What do you want me to say? That I forgive you? Fine. I forgive you. But that doesn't change anything. It could change everything. I'm different now, Marcus. I understand what I lost. I understand what we could have. Jenna, stop. You need to hear this. I took a breath. You didn't lose me because you went to therapy too late. You lost me because even now, you're making this about what you want. You're not respecting my boundaries. You're contacting my coworkers. You're calling from random numbers. This isn't love. This is obsession. Silence. I really hope therapy works for you. I hope you figure out your patterns and become healthier. But you need to do that without me. I'm not your project. I'm not your redemption arc. I'm not trying to... Yes, you are. And the fact that you can't see it means you have more work to do. I softened my voice slightly. I'm hanging up now. Please don't contact me again. I mean that. I blocked the number. Then I blocked her on every platform I'd missed before. I even called my building manager and asked them not to let her up to my apartment anymore. Nina noticed I was quiet that evening. We were at her place making dinner together, something that had become our Sunday routine. "You okay?" she asked, chopping vegetables. I told her everything. About the LinkedIn stalking, the phone call, all of it. I expected her to be upset or worried, but she just listened, then kissed my cheek. Want me to say something to her? No, it needs to come from me. And it did. Good. She handed me a wooden spoon. Stir this. And Marcus? I'm not worried. You know why? Why? Because you handled it like someone who knows exactly what they want and what they don't. That moment right there, standing in her kitchen, stirring pasta sauce, feeling completely understood, that's when I knew I'd made the right choice months ago. Update 5. September came fast. Nina and I moved in together at the end of August, and honestly, it's been the easiest transition of my life. No drama, no games, just two people building something real. Then Derek called me on a Friday night. "Dude, you need to see this." He sent me a screenshot of Jenna's Instagram story. She'd posted a long, multi-slide statement. The first slide said, "My truth about toxic relationships and moving forward." My thumb hovered over it. Nina was reading beside me on the couch. "You don't have to look," she said. But I did. The post was essentially a thinly veiled story about our relationship. She never used my name, but anyone who knew us would recognize it. She talked about being in a relationship with someone who seemed perfect, but was actually emotionally manipulative. Someone who withheld affection as punishment. Someone who monkey-branched to another woman while still in a relationship. My phone started buzzing. Friends sending me screenshots, asking if I'd seen it. My sister called immediately. "Marcus, what the hell? Is she serious right now?" "It's not true," I said calmly. "None of it is. I know that, but other people might not. You need to respond." But here's what I realized. I didn't. Jenna was creating a narrative to make herself feel better, to avoid taking responsibility. The people who actually mattered, my friends, my family, Nina, they knew the truth. Random people on Instagram, their opinions meant nothing to me. "I'm not responding," I told my sister. "That's what she wants. Engagement. Proof that she still affects me." Nina squeezed my hand. "I'm proud of you." The next morning, though, my mom sent me a text. "Jenna's mother just called me. She's very upset. She thinks you broke her daughter's heart and refuses to give her closure. She wants us all to sit down and talk." I called my mom immediately. "Did you agree to that?" "Of course not. I told her that you're an adult, Jenna's an adult, and whatever happened between you two is not something that requires parental mediation." But Marcus, she sounded genuinely worried about Jenna. "That's not my responsibility anymore, Mom." "I know. I just wanted you to be aware. Jenna's mom tried to contact me directly that afternoon through Facebook. I didn't read the message. Just blocked her too." By Monday, Jenna had deleted the Instagram post. Derek told me she'd posted a vague apology about acting out of pain and learning to heal privately. Several mutual friends reached out to me privately, saying they'd stopped following her because the whole thing felt manipulative. The weirdest part? I felt nothing. Not anger, not vindication, not even pity, just nothing. She'd become a character in a story I'd already finished reading. That evening, Nina and I were at the boxing gym. We were wrapping up our session when she stopped me. "Can I ask you something?" "Always." "Do you ever regret how things ended with her? Like, do you wish you'd tried harder or handled it differently?" I thought about it, really thought about it. No. Because trying harder would have meant losing myself completely. She wanted someone she could control, someone who needed her more than she needed them. I would have spent years trying to be enough for someone who was always going to find me lacking. And now? Now I'm with someone who doesn't need me to be less so she can feel like more. She smiled, standing on her toes to kiss me. Good answer. We sparred for another round, then grabbed dinner at our favorite taco place. When we got home, my phone had one new notification, an email from an address I didn't recognize with the subject line, "From Jenna, please read." I showed it to Nina. "Should I? Do you want to?" "Not even a little bit." "Then don't." I deleted it without opening it. Whatever she had to say, whatever closure she thought she needed from me, wasn't my burden to carry anymore. That night, lying in bed with Nina asleep beside me, I realized something. Jenna didn't make me let go. She wasn't important enough to have that power. I let go because I finally understood that love shouldn't make you smaller. It should make you more of who you already are. And the woman sleeping next to me? She got that. She'd gotten it from day one. Edit 1. A lot of people are asking if I snooped or if she really left her laptop open. She genuinely left it open. I wasn't looking for anything, but the notifications kept popping up, and Connor's name caught my eye. I know some people will judge me for reading them, but I don't regret it. Edit 2. For those asking about Connor, last I heard through the grapevine, he's dating someone from a different department. Real piece of work, that guy. Edit 3. Someone DM'd asking if I'd ever consider talking to Jenna again. Honest answer? Number. Not because I hate her, but because I've learned that sometimes the most loving thing you can do for yourself is close a door and walk away. She taught me what I don't want. Nina's teaching me what I do. Edit 4. Yes, I'm aware Jenna might see this post. No, I don't care. This is my story to tell, and I've changed enough details that it's not identifiable to anyone except the people who already know what happened. And honestly, if she does read it, maybe she'll finally understand why I walked away.